in our communities is something that's like, if you're reading a book, if I go to on my porch and read a book tomorrow morning while I'm drinking some coffee, somebody's probably gonna look at me weird. And I'm not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally doing. I'm in a peaceful spot and I'm trying to gain knowledge, but it's so not even frowned upon. It's just something we don't do. And I think until you educate yourself on the reason why you shouldn't be doing something or learning about just whatever topic at hand, like them kids, them kids in Chicago, they don't know that what their daily life is like you're 12, 13, you shouldn't be living like this. And there's no knock against them. Not saying like, oh, you need to get your life together. It's just something where, places like a suburban area, they'll never be able to understand the mentality of somebody like that.
Back at it again. It's a Photoculture podcast. I go by the name Exotic Rose, and today we have a special guest, Renz. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I wanted to start from the beginning since it's your first time here. So give everybody a background. Where are you from?
I'm from a small town. It's called Ashtabula, Ohio. We're about 45 minutes from Cleveland.
Gotcha. That's the same hometown as Urban Myers, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. How was it growing up?
Ashtabula, man, it's a great place to grow up. There, just like all places, there's certain environments where certain parts of town just aren't as good as other parts. But we're right by the beach. So like I was little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to go to the beach. I had a regular childhood. I was raised by the neighborhood, so me and all my friends and cousins, it's one of them cities where you're liable to get whooped on any street that you on if you acting up as a kid. Everybody knows you with a family,
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, both parents in the household, or you raised by a mother, or?
So both my parents were in the house until I was like 11, and then I was raised by my mom.
Gotcha. Divorce or?
Yeah, divorce. Yep.
Gotcha. Any brothers and sisters, anything?
I have one sister. She's 7 years younger than me. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I heard in one of your songs you said that you used to get fun of for rapping.
I said what?
You used to get fun at, like, people used to poke like big jokes at you for rapping.
Yeah. I was like growing up, because I've been doing this since I was young. Like I got songs in my email from when I was like 15.
Damn.
But back then it was one of them situations where like everything was, we just put on a beat and just start freestyling. And at the time I was like super, super bad at it. So like I used to get made fun of. It was like a group. It was like a group of us, and I was like the worst one.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So what type of music did you end up growing up listening to? Like who instilled music into you? Was it your mom, dad, or?
It was my dad. My dad for sure. So I grew up on all of the like 90s R&B. And then even from that, like my mother, she's Italian, so my grandparents would play like a lot of like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that when I'll be at their house.
Oh, that Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, so I got a good mixture of music growing up, which is a blessing for me.
Gotcha. So your mom is Italian, your dad is black.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how was it because back in those days, like the movie A Bronx Tale,
yeah,
Italians and black, was it mixing?
So funny story, like my dad is the youngest of 19.
Oh, dang.
All of them full blood brother and sister. So I have a huge family, and this is a small town, so like everybody knows us. But I say, and then my mom, she has like 2 siblings, so she's from a smaller like Italian family. And I'm the first person on my dad's side that has any white in them, and the first person on my mom's side that has any black in them.
Okay, dang.
Yeah, so it was, not as probably as bad as like the Bronx Tale growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But when people are set in their ways and they don't really know anything else, I guess when like a time forces you to try to adjust to change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for instance, a baby, like
Yeah.
you got to kind of put your beliefs to the side and really see for yourself. You know, become open minded.
Yeah. They have no choice really. It's either you
Yeah,
support your daughter, your family, your cousins, whatever, or just get out the way.
right, exactly.
Dang, okay. All right. So you're married with kids, correct?
Yes,
Gotcha.
proudly.
How much kids you have?
I have two boys.
Oh, okay. I have
Yeah.
a girl coming on the way right now. I have a
Oh,
boy. So
congratulations,
yeah.
man.
Thank you, thank you.
She's gonna have you wrapped around her finger.
Yeah. Okay. So how long you been married?
I've been married for 3 years in August.
Gotcha. Oh dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we've been together since, man, we were like 17.
Dang.
Yeah. High
What
school
okay.
sweethearts.
Okay. All right. So I listened to your music and it kind of like emotionally wise, it kind of took me all over the place. So is
Yeah,
that the reason why you called it Seasons or
yeah. That's
gotcha?
exactly why I wanted it to for somehow like you said it'll take you kind of all over the place, but you know, regular human emotion is like you might have these all these different emotions in one day. I know I do often, and that you know that's kind of the meaning behind it. You know, everything just changing like the seasons.
Gotcha. Okay. And in Ohio, how's the season in Ohio? Like, how's it out there?
Right now it's turning.
I'm in Florida in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh
So it's a big difference. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, oh yeah, way big. Right now it's turned into like the fall weather. So you see, I got a hoodie on, and like it's starting to kind of get a little bit colder, especially at night. So yeah, we only have like maybe 2 solid months of like summertime.
Oh, okay. All right. So how was it? When LeBron brought a championship to Ohio, like how was it that day?
And so that day was my birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that day was my birthday. So already my energy's high. You know what I mean? And we just being from Ohio, watching LeBron leave, and like LeBron's only from like an hour and a half from me.
Okay. Is
So
he where he's from? Is it a smaller town than yours, or because I know he said he's from a small town too?
yeah, so he's from a town called Akron. It's bigger than the city that I'm from.
Okay.
Akron is like a college town. You know, that whole day was like perfect. I'm just, you know, birthday events and things like that. And then I go to watch the game, man, and then they brought it home. So Cleveland was like on fire that whole week. I wasn't downtown. A lot of my friends were downtown during that. And it was like
Okay.
I was like, I can't be there.
Dang. Did you end up going to the parade or no?
I didn't. I had to work that day.
Oh,
I
okay.
was super. I was upset. My sister went though, and she got like a picture with like J.R. Smith and everything.
Gotcha. All right. So what was your thoughts on the whole Drake and Kanye album? Did you listen to both of them or
I
no?
listened to both of them.
All
Yeah, I
right.
listened.
So your perspective is kind of be different than somebody that's just a fan that's just listening because you're actually an artist. So
Yeah.
from an artist back from mindset, what was your thought between those two albums?
So I felt like both of the albums were obviously like people like Kanye and Drake are the people who, for a lot of the generation coming up, like paved the way. You know, even though there's so many greats before them, but so I like Kanye's album because I feel like sonically Kanye didn't try to like please people. I felt like he was trying to please himself more so. He made that album, even it just being his mother's name. It was more sentimental to him. I feel like Kanye is really, really good at making projects, not really caring if people are going to
Catered to it.
like dive into it or buy into it. He's an innovator where Drake can't miss. So like with his music, you know that you're gonna hear his music on in the clubs or on the radio. You can't escape Drake's music. And that's kudos to him because he built that platform and he's good. But I can't really pick which one because there's a day where I'm like I might play Certified Lover Boy because that's how I'm like my energy's high. But you know I might listen to Donda just to kind of get something like from what Kanye is producing.
Gotcha. And from a fan point of view, Is it the same for you or?
Yeah, I think so sometimes it's hard for me to even listen to other people's music only because I'm so like in like study mode that I don't even get to and maybe I get to enjoy it more than somebody who doesn't do music because it's like I'm thinking about like what made him say this or this line or whatever the case may be. Um, but for like I'll tap into the music and I'll give it I'll give it a listen, but I'm not somebody that's going to be extremely stuck on it because I'm listening to really myself, seeing what I need to work on.
Gotcha. Who's your like artist that you used to like be like your bars like like who's your top five artists?
So my top five, Jay-Z's my favorite rapper.
Oh, Jay-Z. Okay.
Yeah, Jay-Z's my favorite rapper. And then it's gonna sound like super cliche because everybody names these people, but Jay-Z, Nas, but then I also like people like Zero from Houston.
Zero.
Yeah, it's a Zero and like Trader Truth. A lot of they're
Oh,
from
okay, okay,
yeah, they're
okay.
from
I
Houston.
know Trader Truth. Yeah.
Um
Oh, 0 0. Now you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So like I used to listen to him when I was little. He was like he was getting me through things. You know what I mean? So J. Cole for sure. And I would say Drake.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did
Can
I named five,
somebody?
right?
Yeah, I think you need more than five, but it's still good.
Okay.
Can somebody be a top five artist with a ghostwriter to you?
Yeah.
Think so?
I think so if we're talking about artists.
Okay.
So
Oh,
like
okay. I see what you're saying. So if we're
you know
talking
what I
about
mean?
lyrically wise, they can't
Yeah, if
be.
it's lyric, no, because lyrically, I think that's something that anybody who raps their nature because it's a lot of people it's a sport and like friend like this is for the culture. So the culture is lyrics behind hip hop. That's the
Gotcha.
culture. So I think is people are always gonna try to, but not saying that if somebody has a ghostwriter they steered away from that, but I think that they flipped it into artist mode and not I just want to be the best rapper.
Gotcha. Okay, so who would be your top five lyricists then? Like lyrically
Lyricists,
wise.
it would be like people like a Big L and a people like Eminem, it was lyrically crazy. Rakim,
Okay.
uh, Ghostface Killer, and I would say like a Jay-Z.
Okay. It's crazy you didn't put Drake into that because Drake. Well,
Yeah,
supposedly I don't know how true this is. He has a ghostwriter. They say.
right, right. And I think that Drake's a pop star, man. So like even if because there's no this is my viewpoint on the Drake ghostwriter situation. Say he did have somebody write a couple of songs, which is clear. Like we've heard the Quentin what the Quentin
Quentin.
Miller.
Yeah, Quentin Miller.
Like we heard those reference tracks and it's obvious, but like Drake's been doing this for 10 years strong, hit after hit, like every like and even the ones that aren't radio hits, like the Tuscan Leather, like that's lyrically something that I don't think somebody could write for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he been in the game for a long time. So there's a reason why he been in the game for a long time.
Right.
No ghostwriter could have written every song he
Every
made.
single song,
Yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
no way.
He had to write some of those, and there's a
Yeah,
reason why he got a chance because he had to write his own stuff. He didn't have a
yeah,
ghostwriter when he first came into the game.
true, very true. And I think that Drake, I would say Drake probably writes 90% of his music.
Yeah, well, he has to now. Quentin Miller's out of the picture.
Right, right.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on the versus battles that we are having nowadays?
Oh, I love him, man. I love him. I love seeing the and it's perfect timing because like the whole like COVID-19 situation, everybody was locked up in the house, and now like everybody's like I'm outside, and these verses drop like right on time because while everybody was getting quarantined, the verses were still going on without like crowds. So that was keeping us entertained. And when the outside kind of opened back up, seeing these live verses, I love it.
Gotcha. I actually seen you was touring or you was performing during COVID in Georgia. I
Yeah,
seen you was in ATL.
yeah,
How
I
was
was.
that? Because ATL is like one of the states that didn't care about lockdown. It was like they were open 24/7.
It was crazy because you know I'm coming from Ohio where we're locked down. Like
Yeah.
I'm driving to the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning. We got a curfew. Like we
Oh
had a
damn.
curfew. So at the time where I'm driving to the airport, Ohio, you're supposed to be in the house, like curfew wise. And if you didn't have like a permit, if the cop pulled you over, like it was like some fines or whatever the case may be. But I ain't have none of that. So I'm driving like really like, dang. Then when I get to places like Atlanta and just see everybody in the club, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like,
strip club open, everything open.
everything's open. Even like Miami, I was like, well, the one time I was in Miami, I think Miami had like a midnight curfew.
Yeah, I
But
think we had a curfew. Yeah.
after that, bro, Miami was, you down there, it was open.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Miami is one of those states where we have a governor that's like he don't give a damn. Like you
Yeah.
do it. Like you can't. Yeah, we gonna do what we want. That's the type of energy he gives.
Yeah, I heard something about the whole like if businesses down there try to hi. If businesses down there try to like ask for proof of vaccine, that they're about to get like a $5,000 fine or something like that.
Yeah, he's certain things I'd be like okay, and then certain things I'd be like, I mean, he's doing what he wants to do. I can't say that.
Right?
Yeah.
At least y'all down there living.
Yeah. Well, everybody else, I'm over here chilling, man. I stay away
Yeah.
from all that extra stuff. I ain't trying to. COVID kind of serious, man. I have people that died in my family, so I think everybody had at least one person that died in their family, or they know somebody that died
Yeah,
from
I
it.
just lost somebody who I knew last, I think it's been like a week. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, it's pretty serious out here. You got vaccinated?
I did not get vaccinated. I
Got
ain't
you.
going
What's your thoughts?
to
What's your thoughts on the vaccination thing? Because everybody got different points of view of it. Some people like I don't trust it, and we as a people, our culture been through a lot when it comes to these shots. So, like, what's your thoughts on it?
um I, I'm one of them people where I'm not like why would you get the vaccination, or I just kind of with everything I hear people's like points of view on it, and I agree with both. I'm just not ready personally to go and say put something in me that you don't really, you
Completely
may or may
understand.
not know or completely understand. And that's like even the same thing with me with like like the vaccination is like a topic as if you're bringing up like politics. Like people
Yeah,
are like, it's like that they feel that strongly towards the situation. And just like with politics, like if I don't have enough knowledge on it, I'm not even gonna
they
go
talk
back and
about it. Yeah.
right.
Well, yeah, you got that. Well, you always got that one person that's around you, or you working at your job. That's like, "Hey, you vaccinated?" And that's when you got to hit them with a
Yeah.
different conversation, like, "Hey, buddy, what's
Yeah.
going on?" Because
Yeah.
it's
Like
about to
you're
get serious.
vaccinated. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
that person about to give you a whole
oh
mouthful.
yeah. Yeah, they are. And even like, like I said, man, I got 9 aunties. So all of them to this day, like I went to my aunt's house the other day to like drop off a picnic table, and she greeted me like opened the door with her mask on, wouldn't open the screen door, was like, put it outside. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it's serious, man. These folks out here, some people didn't even come out yet. Their house, it's like everything is being sent to them, and their
Yeah.
food is being Uber, whatever it's called, Instacart, whatever it's called.
Yeah. It was just, I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a scary time. Like when all this first happened, I was like, yo, is this really the end? Like, are we really about to be like locked in this house? My viewpoint, like, I took it to the extreme. I'm like, man, we about to have like U.S. Marshals walking down the street with AR-15s, making sure we in the house.
A lot of people are saying that. It's a good thing it didn't happen because then
Yeah.
that's a sign that they're just trying to control us as a people.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. What's a verse battle that we haven't had that you want to happen? A versus battle.
I want to see Jay-Z and Drake.
You,
But then again, like even
maybe
Drake.
Drake and Lil Wayne. I don't know about Jay-Z and
But so you know what? So Drake and Lil Wayne are the first people to ever do this versus thing. Like I went and seen them. They had a show called Drake versus Lil Wayne.
yeah, I
Or
heard
Lil
about
Wayne
that.
versus Drake. where they would literally just go song for song battle.
You was
So
there or you seen it?
yeah, I went to the very first show they had of that tour, and it was in Buffalo. So we drove like 3 hours to go to I was like front row.
Gotcha. Who won in your opinion?
Wayne, man. I mean, it's Wayne. Like, Wayne was dropping hits when I was 11, 10 years old. Like, he was like 15, 16.
Drake is
So
like his son to me a little bit.
yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
then
And
he
and
just
it was,
took the whatever you want to call it and just took over after that. Like he took what he learned from Lil Wayne and
yeah.
just never looked back.
Then it's hard to look at like while being there in person, trying to like judge based off of who won, and then you look at somebody and be like, there would never be no you if it wasn't for him. To try to
Yeah.
give that person the belt, all respectfully, but like it's hard to do that.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Um so did you hear about what Trick Daddy said, his whole little thing that he was talking about?
Nah,
Okay, so he has his whole thing called Eat a Booty Game.
eat a booty game.
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
What did he say?
So he was pretty much saying that he likes to get his thing eaten out
Oh
sometimes.
hell no, bro. Nope.
I
Nope.
heard
Hell no.
I heard
He said,
Dwayne Wade gets it done too.
where did he say that at?
He said on an interview, I forgot what it is, but it was like trending on social media. And what some people are saying is if you allow women to do that, you're pretty much crossing the line. Do you agree with that or no?
100%. And nothing against, is because right now the the gay culture and in my opinion the things that in regards to like the movement is
Mhm.
serious. You know what I'm saying? Like they do not play. So nothing against them by any means, but nah, I'm not with none of that. I can't do it, bro. You know how like when your girl like you just be in the kitchen or something, your girl think it's funny to like grab your ass,
Yeah. Or try
bro?
to
No,
poke you or something. Yeah.
like I no, I'll be like, you better chill. Stop, don't do that. Trick
That
daddy, trick.
boy, that boy Red said, I don't subscribe to that kind of stuff.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Love the trick daddy, love the trick daddy, but hey, to each his own, man. To each his own.
Damn, that's crazy. Cause in some of your songs, I can tell that you get a little freaky and stuff like that. So I'm surprised you don't subscribe to stuff like that.
Nah, so I'm not a I mean I like, I love women. So I when it comes down to that discussion about whatever trick daddy's into, I ain't got nothing to do with me when I'm in the bed. Nope.
All right. Well, rappers nowadays, like especially the young generation, because I don't know if you be hearing their songs where they be like ops this or
Yeah.
smoking this guy and this and that. What's your thoughts on rappers dissing the dead?
I think that I was raised that you don't play with, you don't speak on the dead. That's just how I was raised. So it would never be something that I would do ever. But I also understand that maybe the culture I was brought up in it's different than a kid from Inglewood, Chicago. Like it's very different. So, them kids out there really trying to survive. And I think that so many people are, especially people who come from environments that we come from, are so lost that that's not even wrong to them. They really have hate in their heart. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it. So I don't agree with it, but I also don't knock somebody who does it because that's what, even if it's an image that they're trying to portray. There's power in the tongue, man. So what comes with that, I guess that's just something that you'd have to embrace if that's what you're doing.
I agree. It's like what they say. So if you only have McDonald's or Burger King in your surroundings, that's all you know.
Right.
You're always going to talk it to you. That's a 5-star restaurant until
Mm-hmm.
somebody brings you out that environment and they put you in another restaurant and you're like, I never knew this was here, or I never been to something like this. I didn't even know this restaurant exists. It's like you said, you can't really blame them at the same time because this is all they know.
Yeah. That's
I
all
agree
they
with
know,
that.
man. And a lot of their role models are people who, if they would have never made it, like I'm talking about like some of these like rappers, like the big time artists. Cause sometimes I hear a lot of the like dissing like ops and smoking this and smoking that. And it's coming from people who are still trying to make it. Even if they're well off than their situation before, but they're not at a level where it's more so like solidified. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like somebody like a Drake or some just in the very, very established artists, a J. Cole, the maturity of getting these things because they've been in a successful position for so long, they would never do anything like that. But a lot of these kids are fresh out the hood, man. That's what they know.
I agree. What's his name? Lil Durk. He's from Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that he's done dissing the dead because he realized, or he's putting his team and family at risk.
Yeah.
So he's not promoting it. He don't even want to promote the songs that he did that in no more. Like you said, it's power in the tongue.
Yeah. And even like somebody like Lil Durk, man, like that's a blessing, that he being from where he's from and being at the level he's at. Like, and I sit here and think sometimes, like, imagine being Dirk this successful, but still dealing with the
The streets.
regular Chicago street shit. Like,
Yeah.
gotta be tough, man. So them kids, PTSD in black neighborhoods is real. Like, you can't tell
Yeah.
me a kid from Chicago doesn't have just PTSD like crazy.
What do you think needs to change? Like how you, because they have more dead people going through there like every day, every hour. Like what do you think that needs to change for us as a people, our community, to fix this? Like fix stuff like that.
I think that first and foremost, I think I read the other day like only 17% of African American men read.
Oh wow, I need to see that study. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And I don't know how accurate it is. It was one of them things of just scrolling through whatever, but it caught my attention because I'm like, man, like that's a very small number of people. And in our communities is something that's like, if you're reading a book, if I go to my on my porch and read a book tomorrow morning while I'm drinking some coffee, somebody's probably gonna look at me weird. And I'm not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally doing. I'm in a peaceful spot and I'm trying to gain knowledge, but it's so frowned. Not even frowned upon. It's just something we don't do. And I think with anything, until you educate yourself on the reason why you shouldn't be doing something or learning about just whatever topic at hand. Like them kids, them kids in Chicago, they don't know that what their daily life is like you're 12, 13. You shouldn't be living like this. Not, and there's no knock against them. Not saying like, oh, you need to get your life together. It's just something where, you know, places like a suburban area, they'll never be able to understand the mentality of somebody like that.
Gotcha. You know that kind of you just made me think about this story I heard. I think it was Omi the Hellcat. He was talking about how he went to a Starbucks with a whole bunch of gold chains on, and everybody was looking at him weird.
Yeah.
And then when he went to Starbucks, no, he said when he went to Walmart with the gold change, everybody was like, "Oh my god, nice piece!" Da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And there was two different environments, and in my head, I was like, "Wow, this is crazy."
Yeah.
Our
Because
people as a culture is like praising for the diamond necklace, but then you go to Starbucks, usually there's a lot of white folks out there.
mm-hmm.
They're like, "Why is he doing all that? Why is he wearing all that?" Because
Yeah,
it's different. They think different. We think differently.
the different mentality, even down to some of the people that he may have seen at Walmart opposed to the people he's seen at Starbucks, their routine, like they probably at Starbucks every single day at that time when he walked in.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I learned about people who really got money is they don't show it.
They'll show it off. Yeah, they'll show
Or
it off. People that
some,
usually show it off is usually the brokest person in the room,
yeah, for sure.
the
Or,
loudest person in the room, pretty much.
or,
Yeah.
or even just, you know, not to try to get all deep or whatever, but I feel like sometimes we do a lot of stuff like that to try to fill some type of void. It's making me, my insecurities are covered by these 5 necklaces that I got on. You feel what I'm
Feel
saying?
like I mean something or I'm important or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I don't knock it at all, you know, because it is a cool thing, but I'm not somebody that's really big into like that, like fashion statements. I'm not really into it.
Well, yeah, I was on your page and you was like, I'm wearing a Walmart, I forgot what you said, Walmart thing, and you was like, I don't even care. So that's when I was like, yeah, you don't care about none of that. You just here to do your music and that's it. Like you don't care about this fashion, diamond necklace, and all that extra
No,
stuff.
I don't at all. I would feel if my kids didn't have like money put up for college, but I got that price on my neck, I would feel terrible.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. Um, Nipsey Hussle is somebody that you say you learned a lot from. What are some things that you learned from Nipsey?
Um, so what Nipsey taught me was honestly just how to kind of use like my mind more to be okay with being in a space where everybody's not going to be they're not going to look at you as the fun guy. You know, I grew up a popular kid, so I was always the fun guy, and I had kids young. So when I had my kids, that changed. Like I matured, but during my process of maturing and growing, I lost a lot of friends. Like I would, you know, a Friday night, Saturday night, I'm in my phone didn't ring one time. When before I was the person everybody was like, "Yo, what we doing tonight?" Um, so listening to Nip, it made me be like, okay, what I'm really doing is I'm not alone. He felt like this before. So I really related to him, and just his knowledge. I try to on a daily basis pride myself on learning something. So to see somebody who looked like me, who's into the same thing that I'm into, who's from an environment that I'm from, um, want to just gain knowledge. That's what really, really made me grasp towards Nipsey. It wasn't even the music at first. It was him as like during his interviews and as a person. Then the music came.
Yeah, people sleep on his music. I'll listen to him like before the whole hype about him. Like
Yeah.
when I remember listening to the song. I think I was in high school, like 8 years ago. I was like, this is different, and I like it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I like his swag. And then I started learning him as a person. And I started liking him even more. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, this is the wave. And then next you know, he started blowing up. And then sadly, his passing happened. Yeah,
Yeah, man. It was, and that was right during the time where like he was finally about to get what he deserved in
exactly.
regards to music. Like he was finally getting the recognition he deserved.
Hmm.
So it was sad. I really shed a tear when Nip died for real.
Yeah,
Like,
that hit me. That hit me. Him and Kobe, because I kind of like grew up listening to Nipsey, and then Kobe was like to me like basketball. I played basketball, so it was like, dang, Kobe, bro. Like,
yeah,
who didn't want to be like Kobe? It was like everybody wanted to be like Jordan, and Kobe wanted to be like Jordan. And
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
That
Kobe
was like
taught
our
you
era, Michael Jordan.
exactly, and Kobe taught you, or well, I don't know, he taught you, but he taught me like you work hard, and
Yeah,
for me, you get what you deserve, and he put
yeah.
in that work.
And like I tell people all the time, you know, people our age, we can only go and see what Mike Jordan did on YouTube. Like we didn't see it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We seen Kobe. Like that was our era.
Exactly.
So
Those buzzer shots,
yeah,
everything, the finals,
yeah,
he put in that work, and look what came out of it.
yeah. The celebrity deaths that like Kobe, Nipsey for sure, and Mac Miller, those 3 really got me. Like really,
I
really
like
got
Mac Miller too, but he didn't really affect me too much. But I like him though. I was listening to. I got on him too. I got him on him late. I'm not gonna lie. I got on his music late, so that's probably why it didn't really hit me like that.
We'll see. Me being so Pittsburgh is only like 3 hours from me. And
Gotcha.
me and Mac are the same age. So when he
Oh,
was first coming up, before the world knew about Mac Miller, like us up here, we knew about Mac Miller and Wiz because like Wiz used to come to Cleveland before he was Wiz.
Before we
So
seen the Patch Whiz,
yeah,
Blonde
yeah. So
Patch.
like we used to like Taylor Gang was like a thing. Like it was like all my friends was like we were like saying we're Taylors. Like that was a thing. You know what I mean? So when Mac died, that really got me too because I'm like I watched from the beginning with Mac.
Gotcha. Okay. Plus, it's around the hometown pretty much. It's pretty much hometown for you, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. If you didn't become a musician, what would you be doing right now besides making music?
Probably be a teacher.
Teacher, teaching
Yeah.
what?
I would like to teach like a language arts, but not
Gotcha.
subjected to like, read this book and have this chapter done by this time. I would like to mix like a language arts and just regular like life lessons in a sense.
Is that your thoughts on school? You feel like they do too much of testing us instead of more interactive and proactive things and teaching about life and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I went and I love school. Don't get me wrong. Like I graduated college. Some of my best times were inside of a school building. But I will say that it didn't prepare me for life. You know, I didn't learn about the importance of having a good credit score until I was like 25.
What are you
Recently,
doing? What are you doing to make sure your kids are ahead of that? Because you know how, like you said, we went to school. I ain't learned nothing about credit either, but I graduated high school. But they're quick to give you a loan and they're quick to make you take money out and stuff
mm-hmm.
like that.
Right?
So yeah, but I also heard people that went to like good rich schools. Some of them said their teacher was teaching them by credit, but I didn't have the opportunity. So what are you doing to help your kids put your kids on game pretty much?
So my kids, from the moment that they were born, we went and set up accounts for them.
Gotcha.
What I do on a, just daily basis for my income, uh, every single time money comes to me, money goes to them in their account. Um, and also just not preparing them just financially, but saying to my second grader when he comes home, Dad, we learned about Christopher Columbus because it's Columbus Day. And then sitting him down and telling him, okay, but so tell me what they told you. And it's still the same story from when I was in second grade. But sitting him down and really putting him up on what was really going on and saying, like, listen, man, this is why we don't do that. Like, we don't do Columbus Day. Things like that. Just giving them, sometimes I feel like I'm too honest with my kids.
Gotcha. So you're not telling them, oh, Santa Claus is real, stuff like that, or the Tooth Fairy or whatever, stuff like that either.
No, I let them have an imagination because they're young.
Okay.
Um, so I'm not gonna be the dad that and nothing against people who may do this, but I'm not gonna be the dad that I wouldn't want my niece who isn't taught the same way my boys may be taught to believe in Santa Claus and them be the ones to tell her Santa ain't real. My dad told me. So I let them have their imagination and I let it run freely because I think that's very, very important in the development of a child.
Yeah.
But certain things when it comes down to history, I'm not gonna let them get
Be
lied.
taught us, yeah, lied to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is my last question. So, if you can, what is one thing you want your fans to remember you by? What would it be to you?
I would want them to remember me as just somebody who, in an age of social media and a persona and just everything that comes with, everybody's a celebrity, basically. Um, I want them to really, my fans see me and hear me and say, man, like we're getting something that's genuine and vulnerable. Um, I, I want them to appreciate me as a person the same way that I appreciated a Nip or a Mac Miller or really look into the person after hearing the music.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you're signed to what was it? Elevator
Elevated Music Group.
Elevated Music Group. How long
Yeah,
you been signed to How long you been signed to them?
for a year.
For a year. How did that happen? How did that link up happen?
So I've been, up in Ohio, been doing, for the past couple years, everything I can to get my name, known. The radio station up here towards the Cleveland area, I've been on there multiple times. So just building my fan base and things like that, my portfolio. And ironically, the owner of Elevated Music Group is from my hometown.
Gotcha.
So he left right when he was like 18, and then he ended up reaching out to me. And I've known him my whole life, and he's an outstanding guy. He's did very well off in life. Something that a lot of people from my hometown have never did. So I trust him, and he said, "Man, I think we can make this work if we put our minds together." So that's what we did.
Gotcha. He's in Miami, right?
He is actually in like the Destin area. He's in the Panhandle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on. Let everybody know where they can find you. You got the new what was it, the EP or what you want to call it, the album?
The project, yeah, Seasons.
Project, okay.
We call it the project
Seasons.
Yeah, you can find that on any music platform, whether it's Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, etc. My name is Renz Scruggs, RenzScruggs. If you type that in anywhere, Google me, do your Googles. But
Who are
Instagram,
you?
things
Just
like
Google
that,
me, man.
But yeah, through all social media platforms, same name. And go and give the music a chance. I'm not gonna be somebody who, there's a couple songs on there that you're gonna want to move to, but for the most part, I think it's very important for the listener to understand me as a person. So, if you ain't whoever, if you see this and you go listen to the music, man, get in your little zone and just put it on and enjoy it.
I agree. I liked a couple songs. There's no such thing as a perfect album to me because I feel like every song relates to somebody differently. Or yeah, so I think everybody who's watching this should go ahead and take a look at it and listen to it. When the music video is dropping.
So we have the opposite music video going to be dropping in like a matter of a week.
That was creative. I like how you did that. That song.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
that's my favorite one on there. So that music video is dropping in like a week. I have a show with an artist named Tay Money. She's a female artist out of Texas.
Yeah, I seen that one. That's good. You have one in Miami. Are you gonna be on all her tours or is it just Miami one?
Well, this is the Fort Walton Beach, so that's in like the Destin area.
My bad, not Miami, Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that we're working on some things to get a little like couple dates in there for sure.
Gotcha.
All right. That would be dope. But if we stop in Miami, man, next time I'm down that way, man, we're gonna have to link up.
Let me know. I'm in the Fort Lauderdale area, so it's about 30, 40 minutes drive from me to Miami.
Okay.
Let's link up.
Yeah, shout out Ricky, man. Shout out Ricky Virtuoso.
Yes, for setting everything up.
Definitely. But yeah, man, this has been fun. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem, man. Go ahead and enjoy your time with your son, man. I know he's like, Daddy.
Yeah, I definitely will. Congratulations too, man, on the new addition. Blessings to you. We'll pray for a healthy baby. Much love to you and your family, man.
Thank you, man.
You stay up.
All right. Thank you for coming on, man, for the culture.
Thank you for having me. For the culture.